Hi guys, and welcome to another video. My name is Jackie if you guys are new here, and today I am doing a bunch of prep for online school. This is probably going to extend through a couple of days because today is Thursday and my first day of classes is next Tuesday. I'm trying to get a lot done today, but I think today and tomorrow are going to be my two big school prep days. All of my classes are online this semester due to Corona and all that good old stuff. This prep is actually a little bit different than I had planned because I am staying at my boyfriend's at the moment because my mom has the Rona and I can't go home. I've been tested and everything, so I'm negative, but I can't go home until her quarantine and the rest of my family's quarantine is done. So about the first week of school or so, I'm gonna be completely here. I was planning on like filming this, setting up my desk to look all nice and like cool vibes and stuff, and maybe I'll show a little bit of like the little desk area that I'm gonna be setting up here, just for to get me through that. But all of my other prep, like setting up my bullet journal and the syllabuses or syllabi and textbooks and all that stuff, is all going to be included in this video. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up my laptop wallpaper. I got a Mac for the first time about like a month and a half ago, and I've been really learning how to use it and stuff, and I just kind of want to personalize it some, so I am going to make that wallpaper and I'll show you guys how I do that, and then I'll jump into whatever I do next. So I wanted to show you guys how I'm making this real quick. I think I'm pretty much almost there. I'm still playing around and I'm probably gonna have to get a couple more pictures, but I just went on Pinterest and found a bunch of pictures, downloaded them onto my computer, and now I'm making this on Canva, and I'll just download this picture and make it my wallpaper, but I'll show you guys the final product in a bit. Alrighty guys, so I finished setting up my new wallpaper. I went with like a vision board kind of situation here, and I just have a bunch of stuff, like some motivational quotes here, some stuff for YouTube, some like plants. I want to get a bunch of plants, so I put plants in there. This is a coding joke. If you're into comp sci, you'll get it. Got graduation because I want to graduate. Just got like some fitness goals and some like YouTubers like Sarah's Day that I love, and a girl with super long hair because I've been trying to grow my hair out since I was like, since as long as I can remember. So I want that, and just things like, I'd like a super nice car one day, and like a new phone, and a legit vlogging camera so I don't have to film on my phone anymore, and just stuff with like the gym, but just a bunch of stuff that, I kind of want to bring into my life. So put it on my desktop so I see it every day when I open my computer. Finding good lighting is not easy to do in here, guys. So I'm just like turned around on the couch right now. So if you guys didn't know, I use my iPad Pro for all of my schoolwork, like notes wise, and then I use my computer more for stuff like my coding and stuff like that because I'm a computer science major as well. I didn't mention that earlier. I'm taking 4 classes this semester. I'm taking 2 comp sci classes and 2 astronomy classes because at my school you have to do something called an upper level concentration, which is basically like a mini minor, but I have to take 12 credits in 300 or 400 level courses in some subject that's not my major, and I'm doing mine in astronomy. My comp sci classes are advanced data structures and intro to data science, and my astronomy classes are stars and stellar systems and origins of the universe. Yeah, those sound like so complicated. This is gonna be fun. But the next thing I'm gonna do is go onto my class websites and look at my syllabi and set up my app that I use for all of my notes. I use Notability, and I'm gonna take my syllabi from my class websites, read through those, set up the classes and everything for this semester. So I will set up all that and then show you guys kind of how I organize everything within my Notability app. It's essentially like using a notebook, except all of your paper is virtual paper, but I love handwriting my own notes. I am not someone who likes to type up notes or anything like that, which is why I love having an iPad Pro. It's less of an issue now that everything's online, but when I was still in school, having this was great because I didn't have to carry around a bunch of paper. I didn't have to carry around a bunch of notebooks. I would just carry around like a thin folder with a few pieces of paper because you never know when like a professor wants you to handwrite stuff and turn it in during a class, but I typically do everything on the iPad. So I will do that and then show you guys when I'm done. Hopefully filming it will be easy. I might have to insert like a screen recording instead of like trying to film another screen like with my phone, but I will show you guys that as soon as I'm done. Alrighty, so I'm in full-on work mode now, but I went through all of my syllabi that are up. There's one class that my class website's not up. My school uses Canvas Elms, so there's no site on that for that either, so nothing is posted yet, so I can't do anything for that one class. But I read through all of my syllabi, and one of them was actually posted last week, so I ordered the textbook for that class, and it's actually already here, and that's one of my astronomy classes. My other astronomy class, there is a book required, but it said that like purchase options will be discussed on the first day of class, yet we're supposed to have 3 chapters read by the first day of class, so that doesn't really make any sense. But I typically never buy textbooks unless it is explicitly stated in the syllabus, you have to buy this textbook. Typically, I wait until the first day of classes because there have been times where I have found out that like they say, oh, you have to buy this, and then the first day of class rolls in and they're like, oh, but we're gonna post the necessary chapters online. It's like, well, then why'd you say in the syllabus that I had to buy it? So I've had that happen too many times. So for my other astronomy class, I'm not gonna worry about buying it until the first day. But since people can add classes up until like the first day of classes, it's reasonable to not have the textbook yet. And worst case, if I really need to have some reading done, I can have somebody send me the pages for the first few chapters. But I will definitely purchase the textbook if that is what is required. My one comp sci class, there is no textbook required, so that's great. Love that money savings. So far, I've only spent $35 on textbooks. Love the comp sci life. Sorry to all y'all who have to pay like $200 per or more per class, like per textbook. Like, that's too much. Most comp sci classes don't have textbooks, and oh my god, my arm is so shaky, I'm sorry. Next, I'm going to go through all of the syllabi and anything that's due dates. I have this bullet journal spread that I've made, and I did the same exact thing last semester. Basically what I did, I'll show you guys, maybe I'll put it over this, or I'll just show you it when I'm done. I'm not sure what I'll do editing wise, and I'm probably covering the mic, so sorry if that audio was crap. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all my due dates and for homeworks, midterms, anything like that, and I put them all in this one spread, so it's basically like my semester at a glance. Typically I color code it, but all of my Tombow brush pens are at my house. Can't get them for like a week, so I'm just gonna label them by like class number for now, and then once I'm able to go home, I'll actually color code it so it is easier to look at. But I don't mind going a week without the color coding. I can get by, it's totally fine. If it was gonna be longer, I'd like order some on Amazon. But I already made that spread, so I'm not gonna be able to show you making it, but I will definitely show you, because I realized how close it is to September. I need to do my September setup still. The way I do my bullet journal setups for like a school season versus like summer is a good bit different, so I will show you all of that like my typical bullet journal videos, but I'm probably not doing that till tomorrow. But I'm gonna put all those assignments in now because I'm rambling, and I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, so here is that spread that I was talking about. This is just my whole semester at a glance, and all of my classes actually occur on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so that's why there's such a concentration of all of the assignments on those days. But most of the stuff I have on here is readings, but you know, it's all stuff that's got to be done. One of my classes doesn't really have the schedule out yet except for one project, but my astronomy classes pretty much have this whole schedule laid out, and I really love using this. I did this last semester, and actually I'll show you guys my one from last semester. Here we go. So this is the spread that I did last semester, and you can see how I color coded it for each class. I had 4 classes again last semester, and you can also really see how there was a much less concentration of tasks for this half. For this half of the semester, this is when everything was in person, and then these were my spring breaks, and then this was everything that was post the shutdown and everything completely online. So you can see how a lot of the workload ended up getting pushed, and I had a lot more assignments at home that I had to get through. But that's also really interesting to look at when the semester's over. But I think I'll do this for every single semester, like until I graduate, because it's just amazing to help plan ahead, and you can really see like weeks that you have a lot going on, all of your classes assignments are in one place. This isn't like how I split up if I am doing different bits of tasks on each day. This is just like my due date calendar, but I love having one of these. Now that I have that bullet journal spread all set up, I have an insane amount of emails in my inbox, and I know that a bunch of them are for school stuff. I would just love to start the semester with a nice empty inbox because I've been lazy with my emails over the summer. So I'm going to sit and go through those, and I will probably get more items for my like school prep to-do list just from going through that. I know one thing I have to do is I have to do some like COVID policies, like learning course. Basically, they're just making sure all of the students are like actually educated on what's going on and how to not spread the virus. So I know I have to do that, and that'll probably be next on my to-do list, but I will let you guys know when I do that. But yeah, it's email time. Hi guys, so it is the next day and I did not finish my emails yesterday, so I'm doing that now. And I've run into my first thing with kind of school items is I have some new textbook information, so I'm working on getting that now, but I still have like 100 emails in my inbox or something crazy, so I'm gonna work on those. Trying to get my bullet journal setup done today because it is my boyfriend's birthday tomorrow, so I don't want to be doing any work tomorrow. So fingers crossed I can get it all done, but we're working on it, and I'll check in with you guys once I finally finish these emails. So I just finished up with my emails, and now I'm going to set up my bullet journal. I've got about an hour before I have to go to acupuncture, but I want to get this done before I have to go. And I did a really basic setup because I just kind of went back to my sort of streamlined situation because I know I'm not going to want to worry about doing any sort of like complicated new spread, and just kind of get down to the basics and to get shit done basically. So I will see you guys in a second as I show you my whole setup. Alrighty guys, so I finished my bullet journal setup, and this is about one of the most basic but also many mistakes made setups that I've ever done, but we're working with it. It's still gonna work. It's still gonna do everything I needed it to do. But here I go. So here's my assignment schedule, which I already showed you guys before, but this is just like a little bit nicer of a view. So the next spread that I'm working on here is my memory log, and I started doing this at the beginning of this summer, and this is actually very similar to something I did like years ago. I think it was 2016. I had this like jar, and I had little tiny pieces of paper, and every day I had to write a memory from that day and put it in the jar, and I had this whole jar full of it, and I ended up like throwing it away. But I really loved doing it, and since I always keep my bullet journals, I'm not going to show you guys the one I did for summer because like it's got a lot of personal stuff on there, but basically it's the same setup as this, and I just set this up for the rest of the year because I love doing it, and I'm going to keep this bullet journal until the end of the year. Yeah, this is basically every little day on there. I'm going to put hopefully a happy memory, basically the most significant thing that happened in that day, and then I will be able to look back at the end of the year and see all this, you know, wonderful, crazy, funny, etc. things that happened during this section of the year. So then I've got my cover page, and you'd think drawing blocked like straight lines would be a lot easier than it actually is. Well, with no ruler, I say that, but you know, it's a decent look. It's just not, you know, perfect. And sorry for you perfectionists out there who can't stand to see the wobbly lines, but this is what we're working with. So this is my monthly spread. I like the setup, I like the idea, again with the wobbly blocky lines, but we are just going to ignore the fact that I'm pretty sure none of these rows are actually the same height. And yeah, you know what, that's fine. I told myself, Jackie, maybe you should put the numbers down first because you know you're gonna mess this up. And I was like, nah, I got this. Yeah, we saw what happened there. And I don't know why I have this like extremely thin goals thing, but it's long, so I don't know. I hardly ever use this anyway, but I needed something to fill that space. But yeah, so there's my monthly spread. I feel so freaking put together doing this bullet journal spread. I used to have so many more like creative and reasonable ideas, and now I've just turned to blocked lines. But that's the phase we're in. And then my last two spreads here are my stress and fitness spreads. And if you guys watched my last month's bullet journal setup for my stress spread, I did a whole 2-page spread where I listed the most stressful thing and then how I dealt with it. And I liked that, but I don't know, I just kind of felt like slightly too much. So I think I liked having the reflection kind of aspect to it. So just like a little tidbit on something I could do better, maybe something I'm more proud of that I did, or just anything like that in regards to dealing with stress. And then in regards to my fitness tracker as compared to last month, I just went back to my basic tracking, the amount of time I worked out and my workout split. I tried to do some tracking with like my weights and stuff, and I just did not like that setup at all. And I'm currently doing a challenge 75 hard, and my next video is actually going to be all about that. I'm going to do my first 5 days and kind of what it is, why I'm doing it, so stay tuned for that next week. But I just felt like this was enough. Part of this whole challenge is you have to work out 2 times a day for 45 minutes, and one of them has to be outside. So like I feel like just saying the amount of time and like what I did is enough while I'm doing this whole challenge. And that's my whole bullet journal setup. So that's pretty much everything I'm doing to get ready for school. The only other thing I'm going to do is probably get some of my reading done, but I mean there's no really point in filming that. That's really just assignments. That's not really prep. But get ahead on your readings, guys. It is the worst thing to be behind on your readings for classes, especially when you have tons of reading from a million different classes. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this helped you guys prep for your online classes. And let me know if there's anything you guys particularly struggle with or questions you might have. I can do like a vlog of me going through my, day of online school, or maybe just some more tips for dealing with online school, especially for you guys who this is like your freshman year of college and it's a lot different than a lot of the college prep videos out there, because a lot of them deal with going to class in person, and we don't have that right now. At least depends on where you are. But just let me know, and I would love to help you guys with any of that. Another idea I also had was how to keep up with your like fitness and health goals during the school year, because that's definitely a whole different ball game than doing it during like the summer and winter breaks. So if you guys would like to see any of that, give this a like or let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed, please give this video a like and subscribe, because it really supports my channel, and tick the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos from me. I upload new videos every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye guys. Oh wow, I didn't stop it. My phone was on low power mode. But God, my arm's shaky. Make this glare not happen. I don't know what to do for the thumbnail.